Hi everyone, and welcome back to Fully Playable Games. So in today's video we are heading back out to the Sunday boot fair. It is just coming up to 4:20 in the morning. There's not that many sellers here at the moment, but fingers crossed it will get a bit busier. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of an iffy day today because it is going to be really hot today. And I normally find when it's really hot, you don't really get a lot of sellers showing out. So yeah, fingers crossed we get a good turnout and we're able to get some good pickups. I'm hoping, actually there's one seller in particular that I'm hoping does show up, because the last boot fair that we were at, he said that he had a load of N64 magazines, and that he was going to bring them to the next boot fair, which is today. So I'm really hoping that he's here and he's got them with him. Because yeah, I really want to get hold of them. I don't think there won't be like Nintendo Power or anything like that, but they are sort of N64 Pacific. So yeah, I'll be interested to see what they are, and yeah, just seeing what else we can actually find. So let me go and get everything sorted out, and then we'll get out and we'll see what we can find.
You can come back. Yeah. I'm good like that. Yeah. A lot of DVDs on that. There's a couple brand new ones that are going to be like 50p, but I'll do 350p.
Those all right to look through?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah,
honestly.
sorry, mate. Cheers.
Have a look. To the board tables, this is easier.
Ah, cheers, mate.
You okay? The wings do pop up.
Yeah. My son doesn't have one of them.
Yeah.
He had the black one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know with the figures and everything,
Well, yeah, exactly.
They're like maybe 40 or 40.
It definitely wouldn't be £5 if you had all that.
Oh, God, yeah.
How much do you have in the games?
You've got 3 there, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll do them 3 for a £5.
How much?
£5.
£5.
What ones have you got? Do £4.
Yeah. Yeah, go on. Sorry, I thought you said looked up.
No, no.
You right there? How much do you have in your games?
A pound.
Pound, yeah. What's that?
Oh, thank you. Do you want his bag or have you got
No,
it?
There you go.
Lovely, thank you.
Cheers, thanks a lot. There's 3 games. Oh, hello.
Never seen one like that.
What?
How much have you got in the Nivea?
£5, mate. No, look, Rachel uses it, so we're going to need it. Might have to push that over.
How much do you have on those 2 bits?
£2 for the game, £1.50 for the controller.
Mind checking this?
tell you what, there is a box, a bag somewhere with all the little There you go. If you left it lying around, yeah, it's probably been picked up by someone.
That's them, isn't it? They're like,
Yeah, that's them.
well, they electronic or something.
Yeah, got batteries in them.
Don't listen to him, mate. He talks a lot.
That was a load of. Yeah, no, this is your sort of thing.
What is it, mate?
Little bugs. Look.
Oh, yeah.
They keep you occupied.
Yeah.
Battery powered. Crazy, isn't it?
Have you got a motor yet?
I'm using the boy's van because he come up last night. I used that this morning. No, I haven't done it.
Are you going over to the corner?
Super, cheers for that. For all of it, there's about 8 or 9 bugs in there. They've all got fresh batteries in.
How much this one?
You alright, mate? How much for that pole there?
£5.
Fiver. Yep, go.
25 of that.
Yeah, mate, how much do you have on them?
£1 each, mate.
Pound each?
Yeah.
Sometimes let me come down here because it's tap.
No, see, these are the ones that I like.
You did.
You are. No problem.
That from
Yeah, how much do you have on them?
50p
Yep.
and 50p, £1.
Sorry, mate. Shout at me.
£1.
£1. Perfect.
Got to be a bit loud.
I'm deaf as a post, so you shout at me all day long, and you won't get told off for it either. There you go, little man. Cheers. Okay, so that is going to wrap it up from the boot fair today. And yeah, we've got some really good pickups to go through. Some better than others, I have to admit. But yeah, really chuffed with some of the bits that we've got. So let's dive straight in. And our first pickup is going to be the, is it Sol Galero figure from Pokemon Sun. I saw this there, thought it was really cool. And yeah, I'm going to try and find a place on the Pokemon shelf for this. We paid £2 for that. Looking it up online, it goes for about £15 on eBay. So yeah, not a bad pickup there. Trying to work out where to put everything now. Next up, we've got our first PS3 game for today. And we've got MotoGP 08. Yeah, it is a bike racing game. It was okay. I'm not a massive fan of bike racing games. I much prefer car racing games. But say that though, I have found a couple over my time that I've actually really enjoyed playing. So yeah, it is what it is. It's a Capcom racing game, which is not something you see too often. So yeah, not too bad there. We paid a 50p for that one. Goes for £1.50 at CEX, £3 on eBay. I'm trying to work out where to put everything. Next up, we've got a game that I actually featured in the Isle of Wight boot fair pickup. It was a game that I said that I've got but I haven't got, and that was Rory McIlroy's PGA Tour. So the reason that I said that was because I actually picked it up in this boot fair, and this boot fair was actually done before I went to the Isle of Wight. So yeah, it was didn't include that one because I already had this one. So yeah, this is the one that we're adding to the collection. Got a bit of sticker residue just to clear off, but other than that, it's really good. Paid £1 for that one. Goes for £6 at CEX, £9 on eBay. Then next up, I got a bit of a bundle deal actually. So this was a fair amount of stuff actually from one seller. And the first thing that we got was a Wii U dock. So I've been picking up quite a few sort of faulty Wii U's. Whenever I see them on eBay, if they're going cheap, I tend to pick them up because I am pretty much convinced that the Wii U is going to go up in value dramatically over the next few years. So I've currently got my Wii U that I've got in my collection that I use all the time. And I think I've got another 2 or 3 Wii U's in the bedroom. So I wanted to pick this up so that I've got it to bundle in with one of the Wii U's in the future. On average, they go for about £7 on eBay. So yeah, for what I've paid, that's really good. Then also within this bundle, it was a PS2 memory card. £5 at CX and eBay for that. And then the 2 bits that were actually I was actually surprised how much they were worth. Was I got a couple of R4 cards. Now, for those of you that don't know, the R4 cards are for the Nintendo DS and 3DS, and basically they are like EverDrives. So you can put SD cards in them, load them up with whatever game ROMs you want to play, put them into the DS and the 3DS, and they will play perfectly. So I've currently got an R4 card. I'll be honest, I don't use it too often. So that one I am probably going to sell because they go for about £12 on eBay. But the one that did surprise me was the R4i. So this is the next model up. It's more designed for the 3DS. But I'll say that I've not had any problems, I don't think, playing 3DS games on my R4 card. I might be wrong. I might not have actually tried any. But yeah, so I've got the R4, the R4i. That one actually goes for £30 on eBay. So I'm going to check. I'll check whether my one works. And if it does, I'm probably going to get that listed as well and sell that on eBay. And then from the same seller as well, we haven't got to the end of the bundle that I picked up. SpongeBob and Friends Battle for Volcano Island. So yeah, a very sort of interesting game, sort of side-scrolling platformer. Features a load of different animated Nickelodeon characters. And yeah, it's pretty much what you expect from a SpongeBob game. That one goes for £4 at CEX, £5 on eBay. Then I also picked up a couple of VHS for my Star Wars collection. So I got the original Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. These are the widescreen digital remasters. I have actually got the original release of all the VHSs in my collection. So from the original trilogy. So I've got the 1978 VHS and 1981 VHS for Empire Strikes Back. And then obviously I've got an original version of Return of the Jedi as well. But yeah, what I tend to do is anytime I see any of the VHSs that I haven't got in the collection, I tend to pick them up just so that I can add them in. They go for, so A New Hope goes for £4 and Empire Strikes Back go for £5. What I'm also looking for, ones that I can play and actually watch the original version. The version that I grew up with. So in the version that I grew up with, there's a scene where Jabba is meeting up with Han Solo. This is in New Hope. He's meeting up with Han Solo in the hangar just before they leave for Alderaan in the Millennium Falcon. But in that one, Jabba is actually played by a man. It's only in the later editions where George Lucas went back, edited in the sort of slug-like jabber, but I much prefer that original version. That is the version that I grew up with, but there's very few copies, very few copies of that that were on sort of general release. So yeah, I tend to pick them up as well so that I can try and find it. I think it's anything before 1992 has that original in it. So yeah, that's why I tend to pick up any VHSs that are based around Star Wars. Then next up we got a PS4 game, and then we've got Metal Gear Solid The Phantom Pain on the PS4. So yeah, once again, I've played a couple of the Metal Gear Solid. I will say the later Metal Gear Solids I much prefer to the original one. I absolutely hate the original Metal Gear Solid on the PS1. I've played it a couple of times, just I'm no good at it. So yeah, I just don't enjoy playing it. But I have got it. But yeah, just don't enjoy playing it. But I will say the later ones, I do really enjoy playing them. So that one, we paid £2 for that. Goes for £4 at eBay, £4 at CEX, £5 on eBay. So one of the things I forgot to say is with that bundle deal we got, so from the Wii U docking station all the way through to the Star Wars VHSs, paid £3 for the whole lot. So yeah, an absolutely brilliant deal there, and some really good additions. But also, while we mentioned Star Wars, I did also pick up a couple of Star Wars DVDs. This time we've got the Clone Wars Series 1 and 2. So yeah, I will admit I've not watched these. I've not seen any of the Clone Wars. I've seen clips from them, but I've never sat down and watched them. But I got both of these for £1 each. Series 1 goes for £3 at CEX, £2 on eBay. And Series 2 goes for £2 at CEX and £10 on eBay. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, I thought I'd add them in and then put them into my Star Wars collection. Right, next up, we've actually got a version of Monopoly. And I've actually left it downstairs. So I'm just going to show you the picture of it. So it is the Monopoly Gamer Mario Kart edition. Whenever I'm a big fan of Monopoly, and whenever I see any of the gaming related Monopolies, I do tend to grab them. As long as they're for sort of a decent price, I'll tend to sort of grab them, pick them up, and they normally go on top of the wardrobe at the moment, just because I've not got any room in here to store them. So I think I've got both versions of the Pokemon and the original Mario edition for Monopoly Gamer. So yeah, saw this there, decided to pick it up. Goes for £2, sorry, paid £2 for it, and it goes for about £12 on eBay. So yeah, really chuffed to have that one into the collection as well. Next up, we've got a couple of PS2 games. Now, if I remember rightly, I think these all come from the same seller. First one that we've got is Twin Caliber. Now, I picked this up because, one, I've never heard of it. Two, the cover art just looks amazing. It doesn't come with a manual, unfortunately. But, yeah, I will admit my excitement for it quickly diminished when I was actually playing it. It is a horrible game. The controls on it are just horrible. I'll be honest, I couldn't actually work out how to play it. It's one of those games that definitely needs a tutorial, but they don't have one in there. So yeah, very, very difficult. I was playing it through, I don't think I was able to shoot the guns once. But yeah, it's probably not a game I'm going to revisit. But yeah, as I say, the cover art really is what drew me to it. So we paid £1 for that one. Goes for £4 at CEX, £5 on eBay. Then we picked up Tony Hawk American Wasteland, another Tony Hawk game. These are absolutely brilliant. From this sort of generation, the Tony Hawk's games were really good. This was when they were starting to sort of go downhill, but it was still sort of, they were still good-ish, or still enjoyable, should we say. So we paid £1 for that one. Goes for £4 at CEX, £5 on eBay again. And then the last one that we picked up was Sonic Heroes. So yeah, unfortunately it is a 3D Sonic, but it's not one that I had in the collection, so that was why I wanted to get it. I've been seeing it about quite often, but a lot of the times people are asking just stupid money for it. So yeah, but I finally picked it up, paid £2 for it. It goes for £4 at CEX and £4 on eBay. Then next up, I have actually, I'm just going to scroll up a bit. I got a Sims 3 bundle on the PC. So I'm not going to go through them individually, but we've got what, 2, 4, 6 of the expansion packs, and then it also included the Sims 3 Pets expansion pack strategy guide. So we all know what I feel like about strategy guides. So yeah, I grabbed that, grabbed all the expansions, and yeah, just really happy. Paid £7 for them all. No, I didn't. I paid £5 for them all. And I have to say, the one that I am actually going to highlight is the top one here. So this is Sims 3 movie stuff. It goes for £8.50 on CEX, on eBay. It goes for £32 at CEX. I don't know, they've got that price a bit wrong. But yeah, I will say they're actually, these expansion packs sell for a lot more on CEX. Oh, excuse me. They all sell quite expensively on CEX. There's one in there, University Life goes for 20, Showtime goes for 10, Into the Future goes for 10. So yeah, quite expensive games at CEX. Then next up, I actually picked up a stack of Xbox 360 promo games. Now I actually went to pick these up a few weeks earlier, so I saw them on the stall probably about 2 weeks before, and decided to leave them. I can't remember what the guy was asking for them, but yeah, I saw them again, asked him what he wanted. I think it was like £1 each, so it worked out £7 for the lot. I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to grab them, because one of the things that I do like getting on the Xbox 360 are the sort of the promo, the bundle copies, and I've even got a charity copy. And the way you tell them is they have a big yellow stripe across them. In this case, promotional copy, not for sale. And as I say, you get promotional copy, bundle copy, and charity copy. So I managed to get 7 games. So we've got Mass Effect 2, Batman Arkham City, Tom Clancy's Hawk, which actually was really enjoyable, Assassin's Creed 3, Metro 2033, Homefront, and Far Cry 3. So I will say the promotional copies it doesn't really add anything to them. They tend to sell for about the same amount as the normal copies, but yeah, I just love the sort of the different covers. The fact that the actual artwork is sort of faded out, and then you've got that big banner across them. But yeah, so Mass Effect goes for, they're only on eBay. Mass Effect goes for £15. Batman goes for £12. Tom Clancy Hawk goes for £5. Couldn't find the Assassin's Creed, so I'm assuming that's the promo copy. Metro 2033 goes for 12. Homefront goes for 17. And then I couldn't find a promo copy of Far Cry 3. So yeah, I've got them to add into the Xbox collection. As I say, I do like picking them up whenever I come across them. Then what do we got? We are on to, so we've got a PS3 game. So managed to pick up a copy of FIFA Street. I haven't got any of the FIFA Streets on the PS3, so I saw this there, decided to pick it up. Paid £2 for that. Goes for £2.50 at CEX, £3.50 on eBay. And then while I was at that stall as well, also picked up the compact racing wheel. So this is a racing wheel where you put the DualShock 3 controller in, and you're able to, any of the games that have got use the motion sensitive, the sort of gyro that's in the controller, you're able to put it in and then steer like you would on a Wii game. To be quite honest, I've not got any intentions of actually using it. But yeah, it was a nice one to add to the collection. A bit of an accessory that you don't normally see, so I decided to pick it up. So paid £1.50 for that. Goes for £1 at CEX and £12 on eBay. I would assume that the CEX price is just for the wheel, it's not boxed. Then next up we got a DS game. So we've got Build-A-Bear Workshop. To be honest, the main reason that I picked this up is the little one is obsessed with Build-A-Bear. They've got absolutely truckloads of them, and to be quite honest, I'm a bit obsessed with any of the Pokemon Build-A-Bears. So yeah, I decided to pick it up. It's an interesting one. I'll be honest, it's not something I'm going to be playing too often. But you'll see from the footage, I don't know whether I was able to capture footage for this or not. It says that I have, so yeah, I'll be honest, it's not a game that I'm going to be playing too often, but it was one that I haven't seen too often, so I decided to pick it up. So paid £1 for that one, and then it goes for £4 on both CEX and eBay. Then we've got another PS4 game. Yes, another PS4 game. And that is Wreckfest. So this was another game that I've been wanting to pick up for a while. But once again, whenever I've seen it at the boot fairs, people have just been asking sort of like 10, 15, 20 pounds for it. And I just weren't willing to pay that. So today I paid £5 for it. It goes for £8 at CEX, £10 on eBay. And for me, this is essentially like the spiritual successor to Destruction Derby, which is a series on the original PlayStation that I absolutely love. So yeah, really wanted to get it. And I will say, from the bit I've played of it, it was really, really enjoyable. And yeah, love the way that they've actually brought physics into the game. So yeah, another game, if you get the chance to play it, it's definitely worth a play. Right, next up, we've got a game that I picked up from one of the other resellers. And I have to admit, looking at it now, I actually wish that I hadn't picked it up. So, we've got Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity on the 3DS. And yes, it is as bad as it looks. So it is completely water damaged. The covers and the inserts are all water damaged. The cart, I will admit, looks fine. It looks in really good condition. But yeah, it is just in an absolutely shocking condition. I am probably just going to go out and buy a replacement for this. It is... I don't even think it's worth the £5 that I paid for it. But looking it up online, cart only, it goes for £12. And I think I can get it complete in box for about 15. So yeah, I'm just going to bite the bullet, get a replacement, and add that into the collection, because yeah, it's in, now I'm actually looking at it, recording this video, it's in a lot worse condition than I thought, and yeah, just a bit disappointed with that. And then another one that I got was actually, I was actually given it for doing some console repairs for the same reseller. And it is Lemmings on the Sega Game Gear. So it is in box, doesn't have the manual. The box isn't in great condition, but the game works fine. I've actually had it out and everything's fine with the game cart. But yeah, the box isn't great. So what I'm probably going to try and do is get hold of a box protector for it and just try and stop it from getting any worse. But yeah, got that. So didn't pay anything for that one. Goes for £10 on both CEX and eBay. And then the last couple of pickups that I got were actually from Dan. We've not actually picked up some bits from Dan for a couple of weeks now. Or a couple of boot fair trips. So the first thing I got, he actually gave me for nothing, and it was a pair of Pokemon, so it was Pokemon Battling coin game. So yeah, they are something different, not really seen them before. So yeah, He said that I could just have them because I actually got a couple of games off him as well. Looking them up online, they go for about £10 each, so about £20 for both of them. And then next up, picked up a couple of GameCube games. So it's been a bit of a while since we picked up GameCube games from the boot fair, but yeah, Dan had a massive collection of GameCube games, and yeah, I ended up picking these ones up from him. So we've got Mario Power Tennis. I love the Mario Tennis games. I think they are absolutely brilliant. They're right up my alley because I love the arcade sort of tennis games. But to be quite honest, I actually enjoy playing most tennis games. Right away from when I was playing virtual tennis on the Dreamcast all those years ago, I've never really found a tennis game that I didn't enjoy. So yeah, saw that there, decided to pick it up. He gave me that for £25. It goes for £25 on both CEX and eBay. But it is complete and in really good condition, so yeah, I don't mind sort of paying those sort of prices for them. And then the other game I've got, another complete in box, was Beautiful Joe. So this is another game that I'd been sort of keeping an eye on eBay up until the point of buying it, and yeah, it's one that I wanted to add. Obviously there is a sequel to it, and I will admit, playing this, it very much reminded me of the Wonderful 101. So I bought that from the Isle of Wight on the Wii U. And I don't know whether the Wonderful 101 is like a spiritual successor to these. But yeah, it very much reminded me of that. But it is sort of like a side-scrolling beat 'em up game. And I actually really enjoyed it. It's definitely a game I'm going to go back, put a bit more time in. And I'm going to keep my eye out for the second one as well. So paid £15 for Beautiful Joe, goes for £18 at CEX and £15 on eBay. So yeah, really happy there's a couple more GameCube games to add to the collection. And yeah, that is it that we picked. That is everything that we picked up from the boot fair. So before we wrap up, let's quickly run through the totals. So total spend today was £83. If we'd bought everything we could from CEX, we're looking at £191. And then if we'd got everything from eBay, we'd be looking at £363 and 50p. So another amazing trip out, some really good games picked up, and yeah, I can't wait to get them into the collection. So with that said, that is going to wrap up today's video. But before you head off, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're not already, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching today. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, bye.